Welcome to day 2 of the 3D box challenge. This is a challenge where we make a different 3D box over a period of 5 days. We made one yesterday, and today we're going to be making another one. So I'm Bet from Bet's Makes, and today we're going to make a 3D pouch purse. And I have one right here just to show you. It's like a little bag, nice little bottom on it. And then of course it has the top that folds right down into a purse, and then you can add your own fastener. So this is another perfect thing for being able to take something and add some treats when you have a party or something else with the family. So let's get started. Right now, I'm taking you into Cricut Design Space, and you're going to upload the template, which you will see below this video. A link to that template and how to get it is called 3D Box Pouch Purse. I'm just going to click on it and I'm going to add it to my canvas. Now, once again, there's lots of little score lines and different things that you're going to do here. There's some that probably won't make sense, but it's just for the flexibility. Now, this is everything is grouped here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to ungroup it. And then I'm just going to hide the purse behind, and I'm just going to hide our little cutout, the little green one. And just highlight all of these. You'll see it's highlighted in the layers panel. And all I have to do is come over here to operation and of course change that to score. And then I'm going to turn on the other two pieces. And I'm going to come up here to select all. And I am going to attach it. And that's all there is to it. Now, all you have to do is make up your mind what color of cardstock that you want to use. You can use anything that's flexible. You could actually even make this out of stiff fabric if you wished. But for now, let's just save it. And I just want to check the measurements here. We are 9.5 and 9.4. Now, you can go as high as 11 and a half. So I'm going to put 11.25 just in one of these, and it'll make it just a little bit bigger. And as long as it fits on the mat, there is no problem. So let's just save that one more time because I changed the size of it. Now it's up to you. You can leave it just as the template was, or you can, of course, enlarge it or even make it smaller. So let's go over to make it. Now, this is how it's going to come on the mat. You're going to use a full 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And this I should have had draw in. So let me just cancel this for a second. I want to take that little green dot that we have, this basic cut. I want to make it a draw because I don't want anything cutting through. So let's click on pen, and I can just leave it black or raspberry. And it's already all attached together. And the reason I want it to draw is so that I know where to put a brad or a button or whatever I want to use to fasten this in. For our project today, we are going to use a brad, and that just gives me the mark where I can poke it through. All right, let's go back to make it. Everything looks really good. I'm going to continue. I'm going to select my device here. I'll be using my maker today, but you can use an Explorer. And of course, we want our medium card stock. So let me just click on it, and it's looking for the raspberry pen and of course the scoring wheel. All right, let's cut this. And then I am going to go over to the demo table. All right, I've cut it out. I decided I would cut it out in some green paper, the one I had before, of course, with this beautiful molded mauve paper. So on this one, you can see all the score lines. You can see our little mark where I want the brad to go. Well, I want to poke the brad through on this side. So this is going to be on the inside, and we're just going to fold everything over. This one is a little more confusing than most because we've got all these additional score lines. So I'm just going to finger score everything for now. Actually move this one, so it's going to be a fold like this. And you're going to do the same on the other side. So we'll fold that one in, this one back over, straight, and then this one back over top. Now, before we glue everything together, I want to add a brad into this particular piece that we're going to be working on. And with the brads, I have a whole tray of different brads that I use. I just happened to find some. And for this one, maybe no, I don't think we'll use a big one like that. I'm looking at maybe just using one of these brads. They're like little buttons. I grab them, it's just like a little button that says 18 on it. I think all of these have numbers, 15, 18. Well, I'll just use an 18. So what I want to do here is I want to make sure that I can have the brad coming through the center. So all I need to do in this case is actually poke a little hole, and I'll just use one of my weeding tools. And I'm just going to poke a hole in the center. Don't need it very big, just enough that I can poke it in there to the side. So I want the brad on the outside here. So I'm going to have to push it through the hole that I created. This will be our fastener. Now you could reinforce the fastener by putting some tape or other things in behind. You don't want it too snug because you need to loop the other thing over. So I'm just going to push it down right inside like that. Now, I'm going to suggest that you put a piece of clear tape over top so nobody gets themselves injured when they put their hand inside the purse. I'm just going to put a couple of pieces over top, just like that. There we go. Now, we've got some of our folds in place, and what we can do is glue the side in before we bring the flap over. Just going to bring the flap behind. But the most difficult part of this particular make is going to be getting the bottom pieces together. So we have some extra little score lines in here. I'll just open this up. You'll see they are on an angle. And we want to be able to push those into place. So I'm going to just angle these. I'm not going to use all of the score lines that we have here. You can see I've got this one, and there should be an opposite one right on this side. There we go. And sometimes it is really difficult to be able to get those folds into place. Just going to have to work on it. And let's see if we can get it right to the corner where we want it. There we go. Now there is an equivalent one over here on the other side for the front piece. It's just a little easier to see here. And then the next one right here. We go to put things together. Now this one goes all the way up to that fold, and this one does too. So we're going to have a little triangle that you see here. Now I'm not getting this as straight as I would like to. And the same with this one, goes right to the top. Looks pretty good. And because the other one is folded, have them come through just like that. Now, we also have some other fold lines, and those come across the bottom here. So we put them at the bottom. I have an extra one here that I'm not going to use right away. You can see you can fold things in. And as I fold this little piece in, you can see where I can make a difference in the bottom, just like that. It's just going to fold into place. See where that's going, and the same on the other side. Push that into place just like that, and now we have the folded sides. Now this is a hard part to put together because what we want to do, of course, is these have to fold together and come across, and we have to fold the bottom up at the same time. So let's just take a look at the bottom and exactly what we want to do. I've got to fold this one in. It comes across onto this piece. It's a little awkward to get in there. There we go. We've got the first one in place. Now I'm just going to then fold. We still haven't glued the top part together yet, but I'm just going to hold this because you want to be able to fold everything into place long before you get it glued, just to make sure everything is going to work. Now we know we have another piece that's going to come in there. So we've got those folded together. Can you see what we've done here? We've just folded them in. Now I'm going to come to the other side, same thing, push it down. And then I'm going to bring it over so it's on top, just like that. So you can see where we're going with those two pieces. Perfect. Now, the other part is that we have the other folded pieces. So I've got to push that in and then over top. Now, it looks a bit awkward at the beginning, but trust me, this is going to work extremely well. I don't like to fold too much of it when I'm in there. So if I put my hand inside here, what I really want to do is to be able to tuck these over top of each other. And these will fold in and out as needed, but we need to glue these two bottom pieces together. And once that is glued, the same thing will happen there. And that way you can still fold the purse up and not worry too much about the other piece of it. Now that is why we have the additional little one here, so that when we go to fold it, just bear with me for a second, you can see that I have that extra piece in there. I gotta undo it right in here. And there is that extra fold I told you about. It's just going to be in that one spot. And the reason we want that particular one is so when I start gluing all of this together and we get the bottom pieces, this is before we glue it, so bear with me here for a second. We get all the pieces going here. See, it's all glued. All I have to do to put it together now is then when I want to fold it down, I can push this down and then this will fold up into place. You can see it's going to fold up into place without any effort. Now, when we go to glue this, what I'm going to suggest we do is we glue this bottom part in place first. And if we do that, then the rest will be a lot easier. So first things first, we want to glue these ones up into place. If you can see, I want to glue this up into place, but we know we don't have this side glued together yet, but not to worry because we will glue that next. So I'm just going to fold this down exactly how it would be and glue this up, and then I'm going to glue the other piece over top. Let me just fold these out of the way. The folds are the hardest part of this whole process. Let me just line this up. Now the big thing is you want to line them up like this, and because I'm just going to use a little tacky glue here. Get a little bit of glue here and here, because I just want to get those pieces together, and the same with this. I'm just going to do it for here for now. I'm going to use some clips to hold it into place because the first thing we want to do is glue that down into position, but also make sure that we slide this in so there's no gap. So we're going to just move this over a bit. Now this is the tougher piece. You want it to line up. Okay, I'm just going to use a little clip here to make sure it is lined up. And then I'm going to hold down this piece as well. Let's see if I can hold it with another clip. I may have to hold it by hand. We'll get enough dry on it. Okay, I'm just going to add the clip in here to let it dry. Now the whole process behind it, it just makes it a little difficult to see. I'm just going to bring in the other one. So as I mentioned before, we've got this extra line here. So when we fold things up, we can actually fold our little pouch purse down. I can fold it down this way and carry it around wherever I happen to be. So I didn't really glue this one in place either. So I'm just going to glue it. So I have them both glued at the same time. And I'm just going to hold that one in place. So that's the other flap. A couple of little different kinds of clips here. There we go. As you can see, I'm just gluing the bottom part down. I haven't put my brad in here yet because I didn't want to have one. I wanted to put a little sticker over the top. All right, we have the first part in here. I'm just going to take my clips off. Now, because I'm folding it up, remember that was the extra score line over here. I am folding it up. Now I need to fold this down and glue it into place right here. As I say, this is the toughest part. Once you get the fold down, the rest is just really easy. Okay, let's just hold that down into place. I think I have a couple more of my little pink dollar store clips. Just hold it into place. I love clips because they just make my life so much easier. And of course, just a little bit of glue and a clip to hold it into place. Perfect. Now we're just going to let that dry. And when that dries, then we're going to glue this side together. Actually, I can start gluing that together right away. Just want to make sure everything fits into place here. Need to square everything up. Okay, looking pretty good. Square this up a little more. There we go. Just the way we fold it sometimes. Push it down. Hold it into place. All right. So the last thing we want to do is, of course, glue this little flap in place. Lid on here. And I have a couple more clips here. So I want to bring it right to the edge. Make sure we line everything up. There we go. It's lined up to the top. Got so many clips going here now. Okay, just going to line that one up. And of course, making sure that it stays into position here. At this clip this time. We're doing for glue here. Not glued quite down, but give it another little pressure. So those are all the ways you can glue it. Now, the nice part about this is that you can simply just shut your little purse, put it around the brad, and there we go. We have this gorgeous little pouch bag. Now it's just going to dry for a second, then I'll show you our finished product. So most things are just about dry here. So here is our cute little pouch purse with our little brad as a fastener. And of course, when you close it, you can just shut it this way. Or if you want to add another little crease here, you can fold it down this way to close it as a little purse. These are so cute and so easy to make. And that brad, of course, is the fastener. But what is a purse without a few little treats in it? For me, I am just going to add some brush pens. And these will be my treats for my kids because they love their art. And I can just put them inside here and close it. Those ones are a bit long, but you get the idea where you can just make this a little treat box or a little treat bag with a beautiful little closure. And it just makes it so easy and so much fun to make this cute little 3D box. So I hope you really had a lot of fun with this. And until next time, happy crafting. And don't forget to look for the next challenge coming up tomorrow.